Welcome back to a casted game of Age of Mythology Retold. We have two of the best players in the Age of Empires franchise coming in here today with some Age of Mythology, 3DB and VortiX. If you follow the Age of Empires 4 scene closely, you should recognize both of these players. They're very, very, very good. And I think they've been practicing getting ready for the Red Bull Wolo qualifier that's coming up for Age of Mythology Retold. So they're out here, they're learning, they're figuring this game out, and it's gonna be fun to see what they're whipping up. Spawning in here on the west side of the map, it is going to be 3DB. He is playing, he's gonna be playing Poseidon today, hailing from the Greeks. And his opponent will be VortiX. Playing in the color red, he is playing Kronos today. A little Atlantean action. And gotta say, Atlanteans certainly do not get enough love. We've recently been able to aggregate some statistics from AoM.gg. I've been working on collecting all of the matches in history. And as we get a bigger sample size, it'll get better. And I'll add a stats page to AoM.gg. But Atlanteans are the least picked as well as the lowest win rates. Now, I played a whole evening of Atlanteans myself last night, and I will say Kronos was feeling the best for me out of the ones that I had tried. Actually was able to end on a 3-game win streak, which is pretty cool. But I think it's a little bit of uphill battle. Greeks have been sitting dominantly on top of the win rates. In fact, the 3 top winning civs, according to what I've calculated for the top 100, has been Set, Hades, and Odin. Not in a particular order there, because it's been fluctuating just a little bit. But if you're just trying to go out there and you want to spam the strongest civs, highly recommend giving those guys a look. But I also, at the same time, I've kind of been just having this feeling of, when I look at the total games played, that there just aren't a ton of Atlantean games either. So I don't know if it's just a matter of players don't want to spend the time to figure them out, because sometimes that really is the case of, like, players just haven't spent enough time exploring the civs. I remember the last time Red Bull Wolo happened, Ottomans and Malians were brand new for Age of Empires 4. And people determined early on that Malians weren't any good, and we saw almost no Malians picked in that tournament. And come to find out afterwards that the Malians were actually cracked and ended up being a really good civ that has needed a lot of nerfs and balance changes over time. So I wonder if that could be the same case here for the Atlanteans. Maybe it's something people will dig into. But as it stands right now, VortiX out here making a little bit of off-meta pick, playing Kronos. Aging up right now, we do see B's going to be aging up much sooner, going up with the Hermes. So I've heard that B's been enjoying spamming centaurs. So I have a feeling we're going to see a little bit of that out here today. Lots of centaurs and raiding. In fact, he's got several villagers already praying there, getting the favor for Zeus. I'm sorry, for Poseidon. And there's his first centaur going out for a raid. VortiX is aging up. That age up is going to be Prometheus, which is the age up I like to choose when I'm playing Kronos. We'll be given those Prometheans. When they die, they split into 2 Prometheans. It's kind of cool. It also gives you Valor in order to basically turn units into heroes for free, which is a whole thing, of course, for the Atlanteans, heroizing your units. We see Oracle currently under attack there by B. Now, I'm going to do a good perspective here. Oracles are how Atlanteans generate favor. These oracles will passively generate favor. There we go. He's pushing some idle time off of wood. So there's that centaur raid as we expected. So see this guy, 0.3 favor, 0.4. As this view gets bigger, he will generate more favor. So you plant a few oracles out there in the field. It's kind of a very unique way of generating favor compared to some of the other civilizations. I guess they're all unique, technically. Okay, so there's those Prometheans running around. Another cool thing, civ bonus about Kronos you should know about, and actually since this is a replay, I can pause it here, is Kronos gets 2 myth units with each age up. So instead of just getting 1 Promethean, you see him with 2. Of course, those can split, and you can have 4 of them. As well as they can time shift their buildings, they construct faster next to manors, and they have Lost Siege and myth units return some of their resource costs. So a few of the bonuses we'll be on the lookout here with Kronos today. Heroizing the Terma. Now, the Terma is a unit that specializes in countering enemy archers, enemy ranged. But he heroized this because he wants to chase down and kill that centaur. That's his goal. And he, in fact, used Valor to do that. You can see he recharges very quickly. Of course, the cost always goes up with each use, but one favor, that's nothing. You can pretty much keep using it. Wow. Oh my god. This is insane. He wanted to save that centaur so bad that he uses ceasefire? I almost wonder if this was an accident. That is an insane ceasefire pick right there by B, if the only purpose was to save that centaur. Although, that being said, I told you he likes to mask these things. Maybe it just is that important to him to keep that centaur alive. Very, very interesting early use of that, very early use of that ceasefire there out of Poseidon. Okay, so it does look like we have some hip use as well. So he's going with Cav, really leaning into the Poseidon Civ bonus here. And there we go. Kronos VortiX is going to be playing rather aggressively. We see several Terma out here. They're not going to do very well here against the heroes. They're also not going to do very well against the hip use. Can't help but to think this is not a great fight for VortiX to be taken. You can see those Prometheans stand zero chance against Theseus. Greek heroes absolutely shred myth units. Yeah, and then we're looking at... Now, what he did right there, by the way, when you heroize a unit with Valor, it restores his HP. So you can actually save it as a unit is about to die, pop Valor, and it can be a good way to prolong your army, which would be very nice. So continuing to mass up Terma. Now, I will say, mass Terma was a little bit more of a popular strategy in Legacy Age of Mythology, but Terma have gotten an overhaul here in Retold, and they certainly are not as good. Using that Pegasus scout to see where those settlers are, he's able to pick those off. He had already used Valor somewhere else, so loses a settler, or a citizen rather. So B's already gotten a nice pickup there. Got a few upgrades just coming in for VortiX. B going to be harassing with this, and we recently uploaded a game that was BCQ to play now on the ladder, and which he was dealing with a lot of Odin raiding cav, and I was trying to mention in the comments on that one. I think in Age of Mythology you want to consider throwing down some wall segments in these chokes, particularly if you got an opponent like doing something like this, because he's going to run around all day long with these centaurs and the hip use, and it's going to become a big problem. At least he's got a little bit of a choke point to shove his army here in this case, but a few little wall segments can really help out in Age Mythology when you got an enemy who's really raiding. Now look at this, a lot of Prometheus, a little tiny one, the offspring, getting in on the action. He gets some hits on the centaurs. I don't know if he killed any of them though. Rather low on HP. He is chasing them down with the heroized Terma, trying to pick him off. Okay, over here we've got heroes taking out a few of these Promethean offspring. Oh, there you go. That was the real Promethean. Now it's the offspring. Trying to take out those heroes. There's a centaur. B using that special attack to just really, you can see there, we got 1, 2, 3 units very, very quickly. And yeah, with that centaur special attack, he's able to dish out a lot of damage, and it looks like he's going to be pushing VortiX back in this fight. He's so close to taking a few of these out. He finally loses, I think, 2 total centaurs. I don't know if he pulled another one of these back. Let's see. Sometimes it's worth it just to keep them alive, even if they can just get one more arrow volley off in a big engagement, just because that arrow volley dishes out so much damage. There we go, heroized Terma, trying to pick those off. Maybe one of the better suited units out there, honestly, for combating against the centaur, I'll say. But the real problem is dealing with the Greek heroes. Atlanta has been causing a lot of pain and suffering for VortiX army. Well, I mean, look at this. It's absolutely a beast. Okay, so VortiX is trying to hold on. He's been pushed back under his town center with the citizens. Not the end of the world. He can go here onto the berries or the pigs. He really doesn't need to be out there on the hunts that badly right now. So hopefully he leans in that. Atlanta finally does go down, which should give a little bit of breathing room for VortiX. But now there's some hip use. Using these catapultes, they specialize in countering cav, but not when centaur are taking them out. More hip use coming across. Let's go take a peek in the B's base as this is going on. So he's got 2 stables right now. Oh my gosh, look at this. Do you guys think he's going to be spamming some myth units? What do you think here? Oh my gosh, B absolutely loves spamming centaurs. Look at this. He's just going crazy here Where's his food bills? Okay, so we got based a lot of bills on gold because Hippies are very gold heavy. Very gold heavy. Okay, so VortiX has held. Standing army not looking so great. We don't have like a trade calculation to take a look at. Well, actually, let's check this out. I've never done this before. Apparently in replays, you can look at the post game. Oh, I don't know if it'll spoil it. Well, we'll find out, I guess, the hard way. We're gonna go here, and then we go into... Maybe not. I thought there was post-game stats. Somebody told me that there were post-game stats if you're looking at replays, but I don't see them here. At least in anything obvious that I'm looking at. Okay, maybe not. Well, I was getting excited, but I guess you can't see them. We don't need them anyways. Okay, so it looks like they're pushing out a little bit further in the middle. VortiX, I feel like a little bit out of position here. Need to be careful with that centaur. You can see getting that special attack in, doing a lot of damage. This Catapelte is just getting picked off by the back line of centaurs with the Hippies on the front line tanking and doing a good job of that. Look at that. It just takes out several units for free. Definitely getting better trades in than VortiX right now. Okay, so we see several Terma going down. Heroes are back on the scene. Theseus is here on the front line. We're at one. Oh my gosh, 2 citizens go down. And these citizens, they take up more population compared to your average Joe villager for other civs. So losing those really hurts. You don't want to be losing citizens at all. How is he gonna get himself out of this scenario? B is just now getting upgrades in for his centaurs, which is more range, more hit points. Meanwhile, we've got VortiX really shoved back here in his base. We're probably gonna see a special attack coming in. There they are, Polemark centaurs. Gonna be getting that special attack. Oh, this is taking a lot of damage. Honestly, dodged a lot of the bullets. Did okay there. But we got another centaur sizzling and picked off. And I feel like we're gonna have a little bit of a snowball. And now we're seeing a little bit of what I mentioned about, like, if you don't wall, this is what can just happen. You could be chasing army forever and never catch them. B has gotten a lot of citizen picks, by the way, picking off a lot of the villagers. Chat saying, you know, Kronos is down bad when VortiX is having a problem. You know, I'm not sure how much of this Civ VortiX has played either. He's probably experimenting, just like I do know that B has been running this Centaur heavy build a lot, so maybe a little bit more polished from builds, but also VortiX is a very serious gamer, so who knows how much time he's put into this Civ so far. Several heroized Catapeltes should help them resist the damage they'll be taking from the Polemark Centaurs. Doing a good job keeping that off. Keeping them at bay. Again, VortiX has moved out, and we haven't seen anything good from the last few ventures out towards mid-map. But VortiX looking like he's trying to do a show of force here. Let's see if he can force a choke there. He gets a engagement there, but you can see, look at the area attack, just like almost completely wipes out the front line, and then just leaves his army naked here to what's left with the Hippies. These don't do a whole lot of damage versus him, but he did have a few remaining Hippies or Catapeltes. Looks like they were able to do some damage, but those Centaurs just continue to grow in numbers. How many does B have right now? 6, 7? I don't know what it is, but a very, very commanding victory. 3DB has been running the Centaur spam, and it has been working out for him time after time again. VortiX dropping a game, playing as Kronos. Is it a testament to the Civ being under the power, the player being underpowered, or maybe they're just figuring it out? We'll have to see with plenty more games. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this casted game of Age of Mythology Retold over on YouTube. If you did, I actually found this replay over on AoM.gg on the recordings page. So if you've got some good games, upload them, let me know about them in the comments section, and I just might get an opportunity to cast them like we did for this one. With that, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.